Before the episode kicks off, a word of warning. This is the beginning of a very long stretch of combat. If listening to combat in an actual play is not your idea of fun, feel free to skip this episode and come back in a few weeks when we finish up. When that happens, there will be a TLDR version of the events posted on our YouTube. So go ahead and follow us on YouTube at The RPG Blender, and join us again when the combat concludes. And now, let's begin the combat. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next chapter in our adventure. Our heroes' past lives have begun the climactic struggle. Can they stand against the Inheritor of the Five Hearts of Vengeance? Find out as we explore a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted: First Blood. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender. I'm your host, Game Master George, as we return to the world of Exalted. I hope everybody's ready for lots and lots of combat that I'm sure will not end in the death of one or more of our party members.
Well, when you say it like that.
So let's go ahead and meet them before their untimely demises. Let's start with Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, howdy, gang. It's me, Craig, playing Bright Shattered Ice. I'm both excited and terrified of what's going to happen here, but I'm gonna bring the burn.
All right. In the interest of being able to complete this combat, we are going to be skipping the fun facts tonight. I know everybody's terribly disappointed about that, but just gonna have to live with it. All right, and that brings us to Greg. Say hello, Greg.
Hi guys. I'm so excited to not die today. I play Gold Shadowed Arrow, and I'm gonna shoot arrows, a lot of them. That's my job tonight. And be the sole survivor, the one who lives to tell the tale. I mean, what? That just came out. I don't know why I said that. Rich, Rich, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh boy, jumping on my lines. That's a great way to show your survival.
You're not George. I don't listen to you.
You have no power here.
I'm scared.
And then we have Rich. Say hello, Rich.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Rich. Currently, I'm playing Contentious Sword.
Currently?
Full name, please.
Contentious Sword, the Golden Blade.
Thank you.
Ooh.
That's my very important title that I earned myself.
Mm-hmm. It's very important to know the root of your inferiority complex.
It is really, honestly. It's a big core part of who I am.
It really is. All right, so previously on Exalted, you had a very pleasant discussion with the physician who lived within the manse that you had broken. Sorry, I was trying to come up with a better way to describe it, but no, broken into. And then straight up just bashed the door down, killing her homunculus, threatening to steal her research and relocate her. Yes, it was not a very pleasant experience. But on the plus side, it didn't seem like she had any very good research to begin with. So there's that. But you eventually did leave that manse after your frank discussions with her and make your way out to follow the trail of ooze out of the city of Crystal to the west. No, east. To the east. I know my east and west, I promise. To the east, where you found what appeared to be 5 large pits full of this black ooze spread around the horizon. And in the center of it, 5 sets of parallel spikes of a bone white color jutting up from the ground. Naturally, this seemed like a suspicious sight to you. So you began making preparations for whatever kind of creature was going to come out of this. Gold Shadowed Arrow shooting some arrows into one of the pits, which struck, but didn't seem to have much effect. Bright Shattered Ice beginning to cast a spell, and Contentious Sword aiming at what is surely to come out from beneath their feet. And come out it did, as the ground erupted with massive creature tearing itself free, its bone-white carapace tearing through the earth. And on its back, black writhing tentacles, 5, each ending in a large reptilian skull, each skull set in the eye with a colored stone of jade, one for each of the 5 colors: red, blue, green, black, and white. And that is where we left it, on the turn of the Inheritor of the 5 Hearts of Vengeance.
That was my turn. Did he move? I feel like telling out of the ground. That's a pretty
You
big.
feel like standing up is a complete action?
Answer carefully.
I mean, he was underground. He has to make an attack roll against the earth to break free. So that takes his attack for the turn. Yeah, that's how that works.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure.
Of course. All right. So, what's it going to do?
Go back underground?
Yes, that's exactly what it's going to do.
Oh, cool. We did it, gang.
It will simply stand up and let out a guttural, screeching sound that seems to echo for miles out around.
Ooh.
And, all right, look back. Combat thing. Now Contentious Sword can go.
Hooray! Now I shoot it in its face. Which face, you may ask? This face that's housing all the dragons, because I feel like that's
The face that's housing all the dragons. Now,
That's what I was aiming
technically,
at
you didn't
anyway.
see it before.
No, it was the piece that came out, wasn't
No,
it?
the pieces that came out were the 5 heads of those.
Oh, then whatever one I was
creatures.
aiming at then, because I would have just kept the aim on that one. So
Mhm.
I shoot at.
So
I'm
you
gonna
want to drop
say.
a random die and see which one you were aiming at?
I was just gonna say white. But now
Oh,
I'm
sure.
thinking-
No, if you want to pick white, that's fine.
Yeah, I shoot at the white-eyed one.
All right, let me see what negatives you get as a result.
Probably
of the...
stands out in this goopy, gross black creature of like unspeakable goopy horror. I'm like, what a weird diamond
Mhm.
eye.
Mhm.
Pew.
Okay, so you aim your shot at the white head.
Yeah,
All right.
aimed it. So now I'm
Are you
shooting
gonna,
it.
you gonna stunt it?
I after the ground settles and I see the creature, I whisper to myself, finally. And I wrench up on the controls of the hovercraft and let myself fall out as the craft careens off into the distance, leaving me stranded on the ground, for I have no doubt that I'm going to come out of this on top. And with all of the confidence that the sun can provide me, I slowly line up my shot, glinting off the sun, and waiting for the glint of its eye, and just mouth bang as I shoot forward at the creature.
Okay. As you fell off of it or you guided it down?
Oh no, I wrenched pull up, so it went up and I went down. So it was like, so I'm leaving
Okay.
myself no escape, so I can be here in my full glory.
Maybe distracting it with the bigger ship flying up.
As you
Yeah,
wrench
sure.
up and you begin to fall, the head tracks your falling motion, snaking after you, its 15-foot wide long jaw wrenching open and beginning to drive towards you.
Cool. Oh, also I was flying around along the ground, so I am along the ground.
Okay, sure.
I'm just like, man.
Sure.
So you don't hit me with some falling damage.
I'm just stunting. I'm just stunting.
Okay, make your roll. You can have I'll give you a 3-dot stunt for that.
Ooh, because I did F
Great
myself.
daughter.
Sick.
Definitely did. You were all on flying things out of reach of the hordes.
Nah,
Now you're not.
Can't have that. Yeah, I know. gotta play the character's
At least
weaknesses.
theoretically out of reach.
Kratos motherfuckers got to really throw in, And then the skill name.
It's 4 plus 18.
This is a withering
22.
strike, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna use my
Decisive.
11.
Decisive. Decisive.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, you're right. Not decisive. You're pass.
So that's 18 plus 4 is 22 plus 3 is
25.
27, and then we're going to obviously pump it because that's what we came here for.
Did you say
So we're gonna
22
pump it.
plus 3? 25.
It's
right?
18 plus
Plus four.
4 is 22 plus 3 is 25.
25.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
25, and then we're going to pump in an additional 5 for a solid 30.
Good God.
Don't be shocked.
30 d10.
You know what we are.
Hmm?
I think that's the tactic, guys. We just have to pray that the
Oh, I
dice
forgot
don't
to put a word under it.
completely shit on us, and maybe we could just blow this thing out of the water instantly. Maybe not.
Oh no.
But I can't see there's stuff in my way. I have like combat trackers and things just all over
On
the place.
30d10, you rolled a 9.
Dang. dang. There's so many ones. Did I botch that? I may
did
have.
not
Look at all these
botch.
ones. 1, 2, 3,
Holy
4,
crap.
5, 6, 7. Very
Holy.
close. Is there any charms that I have that let me reroll once? Probably not, and I don't know of them in 10 seconds. So I got a 9.
Okay.
Plus the automatic.
Oh, that's
successes
true.
from
Plus
three
the
dot
automatic
stun.
6 cents. So 10.
Is that 2 from a 3?
1.
No, yes, it is.
Oh,
2.
you're right. It is 2. So 11. I
Okay.
got an 11.
Congratulations. With an 11, you succeed by 5.
Boom.
Ooh, it's giant. I barely hit the broadside of a bar. All right. And the damage is, because I'm obviously going full power because I don't know how to hold back at all. Which does spend how many motes? 4. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm tracking my motes correctly. Take myself down 4, 4, spend. So it does 27 damage plus 4 from my charm. Brings it to 31. So 31 damage.
Okay. So you get 16 dice of damage.
All right. Well, as long as we don't have the same odds as we had last time. Ooh, that's 6 damage.
On 16 dice, 6 damage.
Yeah.
This is a good start.
Okay. We're showing up.
All right. So you steal 6 points of initiative plus your automatic 1, pumping you up to 18.
Does that?
Crash it?
It crashes, right?
No,
No, not does it crash. Does it make it lower than me?
it was already
Could I
lower
use-
than you. So no.
All right. I thought it went before me.
The body.
Oh no, the
body
dragon heads
did.
have not yet gone.
Yeah, the 5 dragon heads have not. The body
Oh.
did.
I understand now. Okay.
Concern.
Do you want me to add it to my initiative?
I already did.
Ooh.
You're at 18 initiative now.
You're trying to make this go faster. We will stop you.
I'm trying. And I think that's all I can do. I'm just going to check and see if I have, if I can, I just go ahead. And then if I can, then I reflexively strengthen myself. If it's not reflexive, then I can't do it. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. Not mountain. Contentious sword of the golden blade. Give me a constitution awareness roll.
Stamina, you mean?
Stamina. Yes, give me a stamina awareness roll.
Got it. Stamina awareness. I was making sure we weren't learning about something new there.
Right?
Okay. So that's 5 plus 8. So 5 and 8 is 13. We're gonna pump that up to 18 because we're not doing so hot here. So aware 8.
8. Okay. With an 8, with an 8, you feel a presence eating away at you as you're standing there so close to this creature. Your soak and hardness, if you have it, are both reduced by 5.
Holy
no!
What?
Well, I can just get rid of those charms now. That doesn't matter.
As the call of the void emanates from the creature.
That sounds pretty dark, George. George, Call the Void sounds pretty dark. Sounds like a creature of darkness to me.
Sure sounds like it, doesn't it? All right. Next up are part of the Horde. The large creatures from within the Horde begin shambling forward, moving in toward the center, toward their very large master. And, everybody that's on the ground, which is just you right now. However, by, virtue of moving, they're in theory getting close to everybody. They just won't be able to necessarily reach the people who are in the air.
Question. Am I just now becoming aware of these creatures as they start shambling out of the ooze puddles?
They started doing that earlier in the round, but sure.
Okay.
He's going off.
I'm gonna use Shadow's Seeking Arrow. If during combat, opponent becomes uncovered, I can make an attack against them regardless of initiative order without using my attack action for the round and without having to use an aim action. And that's a reflexive ability.
Sure, it's a battle group.
And I can pay to use this charm multiple times to attack multiple opponents I have uncovered in a single awareness check. So is this like a battle group?
This is a
Would they
battle
all
group.
kind of? So it counts as one
Correct.
entity. Okay. So 3 motes and 2 initiative I have to spend. So I'm going to do that. And how do I? Nope. Bear with me. I pressed edit on the wrong page and now it's buffering. Oh, am I crashing?
Maybe. It's a huge charm list. Did you hit edit on the charm list?
I did. Yeah.
You might be better off restarting it.
Oh my God. Okay. 3. Okay. So I spend 3 motes. 1, 2, 3.
And Bright Shattered Ice is on deck.
2 initiative. Sorry. I'm just going to make this attack real fast. How do I attack again?
Generally, you roll a bunch of dice.
Yeah.
Tell me the
okay.
number.
So I wouldn't have to use. This is a withering attack, right? Because it's battle group.
Mhm.
All attacks are withering against battle groups. And I would be doing withering. How do I get rid of the aim thing? I think I have a charm that lets me get rid of aiming. Wait, hang on, crap. Didn't that charm say I didn't have to aim? I just make an attack? How does that work?
Probably.
Shadow Seeking Arrow. Without having to use an aim action. So if I'm not having to use an aim action, what do I roll it as? I just roll it as the attack.
It would be whatever the long was.
Okay. So it is a long distance.
Because you would do it
okay.
when they first emerged, and they emerged at long distance from you.
Got it. Okay, so withering long is 14.
Mhm.
So visually what everyone sees is there's this little like glint in the sky as the little Surus skiff that Gold Shadowed Arrow is like sort of gliding along, sort of angles upwards into the fading sun, and all of a sudden, like the sunlight that's like glinting off the bottom of the skiff, it begins to fade away and become a dark inky blackness as shadows begin sort of swirling around him, and then are loosed in a three-pronged strike as multiple arrows out from the direction of his skiff. Do I get any stuntage for that?
You can have a 2-dot stun, and it's a wind blade, not a skiff.
It's not a skiff?
Now, the skiff is the cloud thing. The wind blade is that crescent. Yeah.
All right. Well, my description was all wrong.
No, your description was pretty much right because you described it glinting off of the thing, which it wouldn't have done off of a cloud.
It's true. Okay. And we'll do that. Okay. Ugh, wasn't that great? 10 successes.
10 successes. Okay. So the creatures, as the arrow is firing toward them, they raise some of their gloopy hands with this oil, and they fling it forward. The oil traveling and attempting to meet and divert your arrow in midair. You do hit. What did you roll?
10 successes.
Okay. You hit by 1.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
Okay. So now I roll damage. What do I roll for damage now? Let's see.
So what is your total damage?
Weapons. Is it just... withering damage. 17.
17 plus 1, 18 minus... Oh, what's your overwhelming?
Really?
Where does that say where that is?
It'll be on your weapon.
Okay. Eagle's Reign or a Calcum Short Power Bow. Withering damage summary. Total 17. 8 plus 9 weapon damage equals 17. Add threshold successes from the attack roll to get raw damage. Subtract enemy soak from raw damage to get your total damage pool. Minimum pool 1. I don't think it has any overwhelm.
Definitely should. I probably just forgot to put it in. Let me just see what the minimum is on that.
It says minimum 1. So I think that means at minimum I'm going to roll 1 die. I don't know how much
I need to see what
have.
an artifact an artifact bow gets as that.
Sorry, Greg. I skipped your turn.
Who, me?
I'm sorry.
I'm on deck. What are you talking about? Nah, you good. You good.
Overwhelming 5.
Okay.
So you get a minimum of 5. I'll add that to your thing.
So of that 17, how much is getting subtracted away?
19.
Holy what?
19.
Okay.
What did you shoot at?
One of the gloopy
The gloopy boys, all the
mhm.
void monstrosities that are coming out of its bowels. They have a soak of 19 or something, or hardness. I don't know what it is that reduces damage after.
Oh, sorry, it's 4. My bad.
Overwhelming 4.
Yeah.
So I only
Gotcha.
roll 4 dice. I only hit with 4,
Correct. You get a minimum of 4.
and I can't pump that, right? That's just 4d10 withering damage that I roll.
That is correct.
Okay, let's see what we get. Hope we get something. Hey, 0. Do I have any charms? Let me re-roll dice. Please tell me I have something.
This is
Brutal?
the dice have decided that this is going to be a difficult fight.
They tell a story.
They do indeed. They tell a
story.
story of hubris and the fall.
Yes.
Hang on. I'm looking at Force Without Fire supplemental. If I deal damage... Oh no, I have to deal damage. Fudge! I thought it said essence. I got to use my essence to reduce their initiative. Dang it! But I have to deal damage. Dang it! Okay, I do nothing. That's it.
Think you're
I do
good.
nothing.
All right. So you strike, but the arrow just passes mostly harmlessly through their goopy body. All right. Bright Shattered Ice.
Would it be would it be a flurry for me to like study this new creature to try and deduce it based on my like my lists and lists of knowledge pertaining to creatures in our plane and beyond?
Yes, that would count as an action.
And so that in conjunction with shaping or gathering
Shaping sorcery
motes.
cannot be placed into a flurry.
But continuing my action of gathering motes.
Right, that is shaping sorcery.
Oh, so that
It cannot be flurried,
Okay.
and as it
Understood.
requires your full attention for that action.
Okay, understood. Then I think flying in the air, her wings flapping as she's like seeing this thing rising and closing the distance rather quickly with her. I think she's going to try and distance herself horizontally from this behemoth to just make sure that she's not like within like head range of the main entity. You know what I mean? But still have sort of her field view, so that she still has viable landing positions for her magma kraken. Should I be able to cast that thing?
So with the height of this creature, you won't be able to get out of range vertically, because you still need to maintain distance to the ground in order to finish casting your spell.
Right, I said distancing horizontally.
Yep. So you can move one range band away.
Cool. So I will do so. Flaps away as she's trying to keep a beat on her compatriots. She gives a nod, seeing Gold Shadowed Arrow shooting the volleys and whatnot. Seems doing a job. Sees her transport unit fly up in the air and watches the golden blade careen to the ground, and her face tightens notably as she sees it kind of like spiraling off, probably to go crash into like a mountain and explode or something.
Probably.
And she'll say under her voice, could have at least driven it into the creature, and continue. Like her hands are now picking up speed as the motes begin to sort of like visualize as she continues to manifest more and more sorceress energy. And I will continue to gather some motes.
Okay. I will give you one thing. Give me an intelligence awareness roll.
Intelligence awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I know this isn't an ambush. And let's see. So her intelligence is a 9, right? Yeah, she's a 9. Her awareness is 5. So I'm throwing 14 at that. 10 awareness. 9 successes.
Okay. As the creature rose up from the ground and drew near to you, you felt almost a haze beginning to settle over your mind as it drew close. However, as you then pulled away, gaining your distance, your mind cleared and you were able to think clearly once more.
While shaking it off, she will just say aloud as best as she can for them hearing. I know she's like in the sky, so who knows if it actually carries, but keep your distance from the monster. And she'll just continue gathering her motes. And here we go.
All right, you can have a 2-dot stunt. Yes, you also feel that mental effect. I don't think Contentious Sword cares.
I don't care. I don't care.
That's why I didn't have you try to think about it.
We're committed.
Effectively, while you were at medium range, you were at -2 to your dice pool to any mental action you were going to take.
Understood.
Since you moved so long, you're good.
Cool. Did you say 2-dot stun from that?
I did.
Cool. So with the 2-dot stun, it is a 10 successes.
All right.
Bringing me to 22 motes. I have not gotten there yet. Oh, I should have pumped.
So
I don't know why I didn't pump.
I don't know why you didn't pump.
I was going to pump, but I was too busy talking like an idiot. Okay, let's keep going.
Pump.
No. It's you can't pump post.
You probably wouldn't have gotten 8 extra successes anyway, so you save the motes.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the problem is I didn't even spend 5. So when I get 5 back, it'll go into my other pool. I'll be okay.
Yep.
Let's keep going.
All right. That brings us to... Oh, you've all gone now.
Oh no,
Okay.
I'm scared.
All right. The blue head. Who is nearest to the blue head?
Prepare your defensive charms. People, this is not a drill.
Oh god, this is where I'm like, oh yeah, those free charms that you let us get, George, those are all Adramalic dodge charms.
Yeah, I
all the
know.
dodge charms.
Me
Not
too.
Me too.
I use what Greg uses. I'm not even gonna name them. Yeah, I just use that.
The blue head, it coils back as if it's going to strike, but then it turns its head up, and you can feel energy beginning to coalesce around it
I'm gonna use hyper beam.
as it takes a shape sorcery action.
Oh, and it started. They're all gonna cast.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's your sorcery. It doesn't get the benefit of shaping rituals like you guys do, though.
It's probably got a wild pool, though.
No, you guys are the pinnacle. We'll never have a better pool than you.
Really?
Well, there is 5 of them.
It's not
and
for
the
something
thing
like
around
that.
it.
After all, sorcery is the purview of the Exalted. Right.
Everyone else just dabbles.
Pretty much. This thing is less casting sorcery and more drawing upon innate sorceress abilities and instinct. Okay, that's what that one does. Red. Okay, who is... Everyone's at medium range from it, the red one, or at least medium range. All right, gold shadowed arrow. That's the only one who's actually struck anything. Or no, not the only one that's only struck anything.
Yeah,
That's true.
somebody.
You have also struck, but all right. Gold shadowed arrow. The head with the red jade eye turns in your direction. You see it beginning to cock its head back as if to lunge forward, but it opens its mouth and you can see fire welling up from within it. Closes, drives forward, and spits a large glob of fiery essence in your direction.
Okay. Yeah. I am looking at my charms. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm just going. I don't see any dodge stuff. I only see the stealth stuff. And stealth seems like a precursor to combat, not really in combat as much.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to
Remember, you
whip.
have your flex charms for dodge if you need them.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna whip out my Adramalic character sheet real fast. And I'm going to use one of his dodge charms. I have to just pull up his sheet. Sorry, bear with me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go straight into the Sorry. Even Adramalic's charms are excessive, so sorry, just bear with me. Okay.
Hey, with my knowledge of my circle mates, would I know how witty and or full of integrity the Golden Blade is?
How, what?
Would I have an assessment of the Golden Blade's level of wits and integrity?
Hang on. You in theory could. However, it would be it might be tainted by your impressions of previous incarnations.
That said, I don't hide a lot. Like, so it's not like I'm a very...
So it would be a roll of your your perception socialized versus his guile.
Which is not great.
Which
Roll that while Greg has figured his stuff
Yep.
out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out calculating stuff, but I still think the generic Adramalic play is the best play. I'm just going to just use 7 shadow evasion, which is my once per scene perfect uniform dodge. Just dodge anything, because that sets up so many of the other charms that are all prereqs that do really nice. So as this globule of fire comes like soaring towards me, I just sort of don't even move. I just sort of just stay where I am, and it passes through me as I tear into the essence of the world, and I seep into the cracks and fissures of creation and appear on the other side of this ball of fire completely unscathed. And in doing so, I steal initiative from them, and now I start gaining initiative every round that I'm not hit.
All right. How much initiative do you steal?
When dodging a decisive attack, that wasn't a decisive attack. Gain 1 initiative, and they lose 1 initiative.
All right.
That was a really cool description. I know you didn't have to stunt, but that was pretty cool.
It's Exalted. Everything has to be stunted.
Everything's stunted.
But it was really cool. There was no benefit besides it's being cool.
Oh yeah, we got
It was really
here.
cool though.
All right.
I got a 4 on my perception socialized.
Oh god damn it! My guile is 5. Like I have the shittiest guile in the world.
So unfortunately, not in this situation.
You believe I have it? How much? Who knows?
Or you believe that he's an impetuous child and doesn't have the requisite wit. You believe whatever Bright Shattered Ice would feel about this character.
Yeah. What do your intimacies say about me?
So what do you
That's-
think?
Yeah.
Great question.
That said, you did see me yell at a door and make it go back together.
And George, hang on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do another thing, but as I'm reading through my charms, I think I want to do another thing.
Okay.
I'm going to use 100 Shadow Ways for 6 motes.
Okay.
After successfully dodging an attack, I can activate this charm to remember that charm that was used in the attack. And now for the remainder of the scene, I perfectly dodge that charm anytime they use it again. So yeah.
Okay.
Hell yes.
Okay.
He's probably going to spit fire at me some more. So I'm just going to never get hit by that. And he doesn't know that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Good on it.
Hell yes.
that seems like a pretty good investment of 6 motes.
Okay.
So I spent 10 motes in total and 1 willpower. Just going to mark that.
George, I have an odd question for you.
All right.
Can you end spells?
Can you stop casting a spell?
No, can you end spells? Once they're cast and they're active, can you just end them? Can you dissipate?
They
a spell?
continue until the duration expires or somebody distorts them. Once you've enacted a work of sorcery, it has changed the fabric of creation.
Oh boy.
Holy moly.
Uh-oh. Oh no. He found
Okay.
something.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
All good.
Greg, you're
Move
going to be our
on?
powerhouse. I'm just going to do damage and be annoying, but you're the one who's going to kill this thing, if anything.
We'll see about that. I
Or
might,
big sword boy.
I might kill us, but we'll see.
All right. Everyone's good to
Yeah. Let
move on.
Bring it
All
on!
right.
Bring it on, Dragon Boy!
The green-eyed dragon sees the little creature on the ground next to it. Which one was tracking you? The white one was tracking you previously. Okay. It moves alongside the white head that was looking in the way of Contentious Sword, the Golden Blade. It begins coughing up a thick wad of green liquid that then spits out in your direction.
That was to Rich, right?
That was to,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Contentious Sword, the Golden Blade.
I was still muted.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you're muted. Sorry, I should have said
All
that.
right. I knew exactly what Greg just did.
You
Like
spending charms to get that?
This is a good
There
move.
isn't enough to.
I mean,
I'm
do you
not gonna
qualify
use-
for them?
I could definitely spend up to the charms. They're like first, second, third, fourth. Like it's like 4 out of my 20, and I've only used
Out of
2.
your 40.
No.
Oh, I'm
no.
sorry.
Do you have what's your dodge like?
Actually, ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know. I don't
Dodge.
remember what your
Five.
dodge is.
Dodge.
I have
5.
5 dodge. I'm pretty
Okay,
good.
then pretty good.
It's
Fine,
not one of
give you
my
that.
favorite things.
All
but-
right.
So how much did all that cost you, Greg?
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, could you help me out
So
with that?
safety between heartbeats, 7 shadow evasion. It's a dodge 5, charm essence 2. So
Our viewers are face.
So what were the
right
actual
now.
costs?
like
Oh,
like
How many
Total
modes
cost.
do
What
I
was the
spend?
total cost that you spent on that round?
or for the memory thing where I remembered the charm,
Yeah,
that was an
yeah.
additional 6 motes, but this was
So
4
10
motes and 1
total.
willpower. Yeah.
So it's
So
10 notes, 1
10
willpower.
motes, 1 willpower. Yeah.
Okay.
10 and 1. I'm gonna mark that off my sheet. But yeah, actually having been taught the charm by Golden Arrow, as it kind of comes at me, Contentious Sword will kind of look at it almost with contempt and say not so easily. And as he does, he does similar motions to Golden Arrow, except he slashes up with his sword, and that's kind of how he phases into the in-between, and again comes out behind
Nice.
the glob of gross goop. And again, as he does, he's just that much closer to the creatures, and he says, "This will not be my end."
Okay. The glob hits the ground and splashes out, covering everything that was nearby where you landed, where you were.
Mhm.
The grass that it hits, the ground, anything living there, you see it begin to almost stagnate. It doesn't grow. It barely moves in the wind, doesn't react to anything. It almost seems frozen in that moment.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Frozen in time? What the hell? Oh no.
Wow,
All right.
Sucks.
Ruh-roh. Oh God.
7 out of my 40 charms. All right.
All right. Meanwhile, the smaller of the creatures that emerged from the goop also begins closing in from these outer areas. Obviously, those of you who are in the air have a bit of perceived safety from these creatures.
Yeah.
Perceived.
Perceived. Yeah. That was a nice word there you just used. Oh God.
Yep. Now, the white-eyed head turns its charred face, because you literally launched a sun at it,
Yes, the biggest son I could.
in your direction, Contentious Sword. Its jaws open, they seem to flash with some kind of otherworldly essence as they moves towards you and lunges in your direction, going for a significant bite.
Is it a decisive bite?
No.
Okay.
It's just a significant bite.
Because it's
If you
big.
catch the meaning of that.
No.
Means
Gonna
there's
bite
other
it.
stuff that'll happen if it hits you.
Oh, like poisons and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks, George.
I'm going to just regular ass parry it because I don't have any other things to do right now. If it against non-decisive things, I don't got a lot. And I got to spend my motes from doing that other thing last turn.
Okay.
And I'm also going to spend motes to be really good at parrying, or really better at parrying.
Nice, nice.
Let's see.
Okay.
My parry is. I'm going to spend my 12 motes. Luckily, you already have it here, so that brings me up to a 14. And again, as it lashes out to get me, Contentious Sword actually kind of, again, coming out of the folds and creation, kind of moves further in. And instead of completely trying to get out of the way, it actually pushes further into the mouth and slams his sword closer in the jaw, making it so that way as it tries to bite, it can't quite bite down or find purchase because I'm keeping its jaw wider by wedging my sword between the 2 points of its jaw.
Okay. And you said you had a 14.
I mean, yeah, depending on with the pluses from that pretty sick stud. I mean, I don't know what I'll get.
Sure, I'll give you a 2-dot stunt. Sure, why not? Because it doesn't matter because it didn't roll 14 to begin with. But
Yeah.
glad it spent those 12 motes of yours.
I was gonna say I did spend 12 motes to do it.
Yep, that's fine.
You
Gonna
scared
burn
me.
through everything. Oh no, yeah. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Should be afraid. All right. And last up for the round, closing the round out, finally, is the black-eyed head.
You're just gonna cast death or some shit. We're gonna die.
No, who
wouldn't
is
wouldn't
at
that be
range
dynamic?
of it? Or at nearish by-ish? Nearish
Oh,
by-ish.
Nobody is.
You,
Nobody is.
Miss Bright Shadowed.
No.
Bright Shattered Ice. It
Yes.
moves snakily through the air in your direction. You see, as its jaw opens, you see tightness in its bones, bits that are clearly meant to lock together once it has come and gripped onto a bit of prey, and its jaws flash out at you.
Wings flapping to maintain her position. As soon as Bright Shatter Eye sees the head level on her plane, and observing the full field and seeing this head closing the distance, her wings fold in and she begins to go into a dive and attempts to fly around the head in a dexterous motion to dodge around its pathway that she sees coming.
Okay, you can have a 2-dot dodge stunt.
Cool.
Pumping your dodge. Can you pump your dodge? I don't even know if you can.
I have things.
Oh, okay.
So let's see.
Or are you going to spend the charms to get the perfect dodge like they did?
I don't think I am, which is probably stupid, but I don't think Bright Shattered Ice would learn it from Gold
Okay.
Shadowed Arrow. I think that's Gold Shadowed Arrow's thing, and her specialty is in her process. So
Normally, you wouldn't expect something to be able to reach you this high up in the air.
exactly. But I'm quite a dexterous individual in the air. With my wings, let's see. My dodge increases by 3 due to the wings themselves. And let's see, what else do I have here? I want to make sure I'm not missing any of my other weird things here.
If I can get past this monster soak, I feel like I could do so much. It's just like, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually hit it for anything.
I have my Jewel of the Flying Heart, which is in my Cruel Wisdom, which also increases my dodge DV by 1. And I can also pump my dodge. So we might as well use stuff, right?
Hell yeah, baby.
So let's get using. So let's see. My dodge, that would be my evasion.
That is correct.
Does your vehicle that you're flying on give you any bonus like movement stuff or no?
It's my wings. I'm flying with wings, and that gives me 3 to my dodge, plus the trinket I have as well, which gives me another 1 for 4.
Sick.
Bringing my dodge up to 5 plus 4, 7, plus my dexterity, which is 7 for 14. So I think that's higher than that though, because the evasion summary in my character sheet brings me as a dexterity 7, dodge 5,
Divided by 2, which brings you to a base 6.
6, and then the wings add 3, and the jewel adds 1 as well. Does
That
that
brings you
add
to 10.
That brings me to 10 right off the bat there, and then I can pump, and then I will add 6 on top of that for 12 motes.
Okay.
So I will go up to a 16 for dodge.
All right. Seeing the clamping jaws aiming at you, you deftly dodge out of the way. Okay.
He's just making us spend our motes. That's what he's
course.
doing.
Of course he is, yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
And I think as she dodges, her anima begins to flare out.
But yeah, I'm already at bonfire. I did it.
Yes, as she also makes it to bonfire.
All right. Noted. That brings us to the next round. It has automatically given each of you your 5 motes, so you don't need to add it in manually.
Ooh.
Oh, wait,
Dope.
does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Very dope.
Sick.
And that brings us to Gold Shadowed Arrow.
Sick. At the top of
30
the round,
initiative.
I get +1 also because I haven't been hit by an attack yet. So
Mhm.
did that factor in?
It did now.
Nice.
Oh,
nice. Okay.
how much do I get for not getting
right.
hit by an attack?
Yeah, you stole
One
you
every
get
round.
one, and you also stole one from the thing that tried to shoot you.
Yeah.
Right.
So 2.
There you go.
It's a game of inches, baby.
All right, Gold Shadowed Arrow with your 31 initiative.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
I am going to use my. I looked this up. I swear I had it up and I just lost it. Yeah, I'm going to use my revolving bow discipline. So the head that just spit at me, the red-eyed head, is that the main head of the creature, or is that?
No, that is one of the 5 reptilian skulls emerging from the back of this creature.
Okay,
on long, glistening black tentacles.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one out then. That's what I'm doing. So my so I may draw and attack a single target repeatedly, launching multiple withering attacks until I either miss or crash them. So I'm going to make an attack, and as long as I hit, I roll for damage, and then I make another attack, and then if I hit, I roll for damage, and then I make another attack, and I keep doing that until either I don't hit or they crash. So that's the goal.
Good news is that because of its legendary size, it is immune to onslaught penalties.
That makes sense.
Is that good news?
For it.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's something to strive for Mountain too. Just gotta get real good.
But I think I have another charm. I was looking at this. 5-fold Fury Onslaught. It's a permanent martial charm. Martial 5, Essence 3. Whenever I make a strength attack, which this is, right? Or no? Are bows strength attacks? Or no, they're dexterity.
What is this charm?
5-fold Fury Onslaught, page 281 in the book. It just says I get bonus damage on each successful
is from your
strike.
martial arts. Permanently upgrades a specific charm.
Yes.
Which is the hammer on iron technique.
Oh.
Which is a melee strike.
It's decisive only. Never mind. I saw bonus damage on multiple attacks and I got excited. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up and make my attacks. All right. First of my multiple withering strikes. So let me see. For the revolving bow discipline, does it say anything about? No, it does not. Okay, so this guy's at medium range, right? Or no?
Which head are you going for? The red one?
The red one, yeah.
Then yes, medium range.
All right, sweet. So medium range gives me 17 dice to attack with. So I am going to pump that, of course, and I can pump that up to my what's the max that I can pump for that?
Your base ability plus attribute.
So base ability plus attribute, dexterity is 9, attribute is archery 5, so it's 14. I can pump up to 14. Yeah, let's pump that 14. So that gets us up to 31, and then on top of that, we're gonna stunt this bad boy. So Gold Shadowed Arrow will direct the skiff. Oh my gosh, I keep saying skiff. It's not a skiff. He'll direct the disc, the metal discus that he's flying on. And he will sort of do like a...
I'm sorry. You're moving closer to it?
No, I'm just narrating what I'm doing as
Revolving bow discipline can only be used within short or close range.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing then, baby.
Gotcha.
That's what I said. Yeah, I get 19 dice for short range anyways, so I want to be closer. It's 2 more dice, man. All right.
I want to be closer.
So I zoom in and I kind of do like a little like barrel roll in the air, and I'm flying upside down, my feet glued onto the skiff as I upside down sort of careen towards this thing, and I loose an arrow, shoom, 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 and I'm gonna make multiple sound attacks because I'm gonna assume that I hit this thing and I get to attack multiple times, right? I mean, I obviously get to attack multiple times.
You definitely get to try.
Yes.
Overconfidence is not gonna bite me in the butt at all. Do I get any stuntage for that by any chance?
Yeah, you can have a 2 dot stunt.
Okay, let's beg for as much dice as we can.
As you fire your arrows in its direction, what it does, it opens its mouth and you see the flames beginning to build within it, and then it moves them to catch your arrows with the flames to dissolve them in its intense internal fire before managing to strike you.
My arrows are an essence of my will. They cannot be burned.
Your will versus its. So we're gonna see who comes out on top. It's battle of fiery wills.
Green Lantern fight.
15 successes. Not the best.
That hits.
That's amazing.
That's good. Yeah,
That
that's
hits with a
good.
threshold of 9.
Okay, sweet. So now how much soak does this thing have?
This thing has 15 soak.
You're gonna throw something, right? You gotta be able to throw something at that.
So what does that mean? How much do I roll for damage?
What is your total damage to begin with?
You said it hit with a threshold of 9. And my withering damage is 20.
Okay, so that means you have a 29 minus 15.
15, so 14
dice of damage.
That's a good number. We can see something here. Wait, you're withering? You have 31 initiative.
I know. I don't know why he's doing it, but okay.
He's gonna drain this guy dry.
I want to crash this thing first.
Oh, not this time.
Well, that's 3. That's fine. I attack again.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
true.
You got multiple. How many attacks you got?
Until I don't hit it. Or
you crash it.
Or I crash it.
Oh, this is awesome. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just machine gun this dude to death.
Of course, it has
And
6
I
motes
just
and a
keep-
willpower.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It costs a lot. And I
Yeah,
also
but if he
pumped
crashes
it
one
for
of them,
14. So that was
that's
20
big.
motes that I've spent so far this round. Let's pump this next attack.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah. As I steam out of motes. Let's only pump this next one for let's pump it for 9. I'll just pump it 9.
A humble 9.
Starting to go down. Okay, that's a 12. That's a 12.
That's a 12. So you hit with a threshold of 6.
So 6 plus my 20 damage. 26 minus 15, 11. 11 d10. Come on.
Go, son. Go. Go, son.
Deal damage, deal damage, deal damage, deal damage, deal damage. Fudge. 4.
4.
Right.
It only had 3 initiative left. And because of its legendary size, it cannot be crashed by creatures smaller than it unless they have more than 10 dice of post-soak damage. You had 11.
Oh,
Just
my
barely.
gosh.
it's crashed. Okay,
It
sick.
is crashed.
And now, I'm
which head
going
did
to
you just
use my finishing snipe, reflexive, honed in for the kill. When they suffer a crash, I can immediately attack decisively, even if I've already used a combat action that turn. Finishing snipe, another 7 motes. Let's just keep throwing motes at this
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Which head is he killing right now?
The red,
Red
one.
one.
The redhead.
Oh.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm using my finishing snipe, and then I'm gonna use another fucking charm. Let's just charm this shit up, baby. Let's go.
Greg, there's more bad guys.
I don't care. I'm taking it down. If I'm gonna die tonight, I'm killing it with me.
What are you doing, man?
He's like, the battle is won.
This is why Golden Arrow needs the fucking plan, because without a plan, he's just like, everything dies.
It's like, I did it. The enemy is gone. 4 more heads lean in.
Sorry, there's
enemy
a
is
specific
gone.
one I was looking for. Here we go. Solar Spike. That's it. It's another willpower one, but I don't give a shit.
Have you been reducing your willpower and spending your motes on here as you use them?
I made a tally of how much I spent this round. I
You
spent
can do it in the tracker.
29. Oh, yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
Then
I spent 29
What
motes
tracker?
this round, and I spent 1 willpower. And now this will be another
my God.
willpower. I'm down to 6 willpower. Okay.
So what are you using now? Glorious Soul Solar Spike.
Solar Spike. I draw blazing bolts of essence across my bow and fire it. The attack ignores the range of the weapon, can be made from
Solar
medium or long
Spike.
range without.
Sorry to
action.
interrupt you here. Solar Spike is a simple charm.
Oh, no.
Which means it takes an action.
Oh no!
Don't do that.
Wait,
You just do the snipe.
I can't do that.
Snipe him.
Snipe him. You got the snipe. That's all you need to do, buddy.
You're sitting on 44 initiative. Put him in the dirt.
Okay, I'll just. I
What's the-
want to.
How are you upset? You've crashed a head. You're gonna kill a head.
All right. Okay, so do I just roll 44 dice?
Well, hang on. We have to compare that to its hardness first. Make sure that overcomes it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
George, I'm just curious though, for me and the viewers, by how much did we overcome its hardness by with the 44 initiative?
With a 44 initiative, you overcame its hardness by, I'm not telling you because then you'll know what number you have to aim for your initiative.
Oh! George, George!
No, that was smart. I was like, there's no way he's gonna tell us.
That was a good try. It was a good try.
Okay.
All right, I'll just make it just decisive attack. We'll save the cool charms for the final part of the body. 25 damage, 25 decisive.
Go out a
damage.
little later. We'll go all out later.
Wow, that would kill me.
Yep, that would kill me.
That would kill everybody. Not everybody, actually, but that's not the point. Anyway, your arrow strikes right through the gullet of this creature, hitting its fiery mouth. The essence of your arrow begins to build within it, coalescing into its own fiery inferno, battling with it inside of its mouth. As it chokes back, this arrow chokes back the fire, you see it building, its neck beginning to spread before it explodes in a fiery conflagration, shooting fire out to close range, striking everything within that range band from it.
That's
Is
you.
that its attack that it used last time?
Nope. This is its
I died.
This is its Pyre Unchained ability. Upon dying, it explodes in flames. This deals essence, hardness, ignoring lethal damage to all creatures in close range. In short range of it. No, what am I? Hang on. I'm in the wrong range.
Because
I'm in
I'm
the wrong
at-
range, bands. Yes, short range.
And it only deals damage in short range?
Correct.
Okay, hold please. I have an athletics charm that I think lets me move after making an attack in a round. Although, would that work if I made an attack? Is it I make the attack and move, or is it
I don't
I
know,
make
what's
the
the
attack
charm?
and then can move?
I don't know. What's the charm?
Go to the charm. Let's go to the charm.
Are you
Okay, well, I
changing
have
our-
just one extra step, which is I can take an extra movement action during my turn, but that wouldn't work.
Am I
If
moving
it's
creatures in the
reflexive, that
images?
might
Yes.
be- yeah, if it's reflexive, I think that's the key point, right? Because you might get it in before the
Yeah.
explosion takes place.
That's my hope. Or I could
So-
just roll to dodge this thing. That's fine too.
There's
I
no
guess.
dodge.
There's no
No,
dodge.
it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You have to withstand it. So moving.
let's go to
moving would be very-
Adramalik. Adramalik, any dodge charms I got?
Adramalik,
here?
what are we
Already
thinking
used your
about this?
auto dodge.
I did use my auto dodge.
I don't
Sorry
see any
guys.
charms that do that movement. But
Leaping dodge method. I can move only upon a successful dodge. I can move back a range
Mhm.
band. Damn. Hold on. I have all these athletics charms that are like I can enhance my speed and move super fast, and like I even have one that lets me like literally Naruto. I create shadow clones of myself because I move so fast.
That's all.
Nothing is like, yeah, just take a step back. That's all I needed was to just take a step back.
One day you have to just get hit.
it does have to happen eventually.
That is how the games eventually play.
Is this a decisive attack?
This is a decisive attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my read in the wind technique from dodge. I'm going to spend initiative to gain evasion.
You have
As
no
I-
evasion because there's no dodge. There's no roll to attack on this. It just goes straight past, hits everything in certain range.
Do you have anything to like withstand attacks? Or-
Mhm.
Or-
Yes, actually.
Because it explodes in your face.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
You get hit with an explosion, and there's no way to dodge an explosion.
Okay, how much
So-
damage does it do to me first? I guess that's what I should find out.
Should I roll the damage, or are you asking how much raw damage?
I can't. If you're saying I can't dodge it, then
Mhm.
I
Does
have
it
to.
matter? You're just
take
taking
it.
right?
I'm taking it. Yeah.
Are there?
Right.
I mean, there are
that you
charms
need?
that reduce raw
Yeah.
damage, like
Well, that's what I'm going to
Thing.
do. I have Vaporous Division,
okay, what does
which
that do?
is I spend 4 motes to remove damage. So some claim to have struck a Solar. This allows me to remove damage from a decisive attack after damage has been rolled at the cost of 4 motes per canceled success.
Okay,
A blow canceled by this charm appears at first to strike the Solar before missing entirely.
Is that a charm that you can use after damage is rolled?
Yes,
Okay.
reflexively,
Perfect.
decisive
Mhm.
only. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see the
rolling it.
damage.
can I roll?
Can you roll?
Yes, killed me, George.
Okay.
I
You're
not
tried
gonna
putting it
die.
off for so long.
Deals 1 lethal damage.
I spent 4 more motes.
I think my retina's burned out of my head from how bright Gold Shadowed Arrow is shining right now.
Of note,
I'm the opposite. I glow darker when I.
that damage is also done to the other heads that are nearby.
Oh,
Sick.
Ooh,
so one damage to all of them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
it's a good one to get first. So good job, man.
Any little ground dudes get charred?
They're far.
They are not
You-
nearly close enough.
We're all pretty far.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a.
Well, hang on.
reflexive charm.
Let's just make sure. Are you done with your turn, Gold Shadowed Arrow?
I'm doing a reflexive charm. I don't care if he's done.
Oh,
I
okay.
have Heavenly Fury Smite, where when I kill an enemy, I can instantly kill another enemy, and then I can kill another, and then I end the encounter, and we all go home for ice cream. No, I'm done my turn.
First of
Aw.
all, yes, Contentious Sword, you are also in the range of that explosion.
Oh, I was?
You're within short range of it.
Was I?
Yeah, look at your.
Redhead?
I am
Yeah.
looking. Oh,
You
short.
redhead.
You said close.
Yeah, I was
Short is
reading
short. Yes.
2 different
So
charms.
I will eat my one.
You'll eat your 1 damage.
I'll eat
out
my
of
1
your
damage. However,
50.
I now suddenly have 3 ox bodies. So there's.
You have all your ox bodies already in there.
Oh, do I?
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
I
know.
think I loaded you out on ox bodies.
I believe it. Then I don't do that. Scratch.
You don't need to worry about that. That's why you have as many health levels as you have.
I figured. I didn't know just because I had so much stamina. I was like, is that it? Also, where are you tracking our motes? Is it inside of the lock casting?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Perfect. Because as you saw, I gave myself the 2 from dodging.
Mhm.
But I was just making sure you put the 5 in. All right.
Yep.
Dope. For my reflexive charm, for my next trick, basically before my turn goes off, I'm going to use Continence of Vast Wrath.
What? Okay.
What that does
Yeah, me
is
too.
my bonfire immediately.
Actually, hang on. Let me.
Go ahead.
I'll take a perception awareness from anybody.
Yeah. Haha, I love
good at that.
Do it.
Yeah, I like really perception awareness.
8 plus 5. We're not pumping nothing no more.
Yeah, no, I'm saving all. Yeah, all the.
You fat cats running around and pumping like it's going out of style.
It's 7 perception awareness successes.
6.
Nice.
I got 9. I got 9.
Nice. Wow. That was a
All
good
right.
roll.
The head explodes, the fiery conflagration moves out, and as the light dissipates, you see the iridescent black tentacle writhing up in the air before it retreats, retracting back within the body, at which point you can see a small red glow beginning to form from within it.
Uh-oh.
It's reforming.
Oh no! Don't do this to me, George. Don't do this
Let's take your join battle as we get your new initiative there.
Oh yes. Can I reuse all those other join battle things that I did before?
We'll tell you what, why don't you read through your charms and figure that out while we go to Mountain's turn.
Good call. Good call.
All right. So reflexively at the end of his end step, using magic terminology.
Uh-huh. We're not
Um,
finishing this combat tonight.
No, definitely.
Probably not.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, that is not your fault. It's what we're made of.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show, and an especially big thank you to our newest patron, the Pyahu. Thank you for the pronunciation guide. I probably still got it wrong, but that's just because I'm an idiot. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure, or join our other patrons, Bubble Dirt and Nova Phoenix, for early access to the next episode, as well as a Patreon-exclusive campaign of Rippers. And of course, don't forget to check out our tutorials and video plays on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can join our Discord or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or your podcast app of choice. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
I use Continents of Vast Wrath. So essentially my anima, which is generally a sword that follows my blows and everything like that, it immediately glows that much brighter. And in it, for a brief moment, you see a visage of me holding creation in my hands and slowly engulfing it with the sun's fire, purifying all upon it. All foes, including foes that can normally not feel fear, are struck by fear with this for whatever reason. But what it does specifically is every round that they don't attack me, they lose a point of initiative for not attacking me and allowing what will eventually be my vision of burning the world clear of them and their ilk will come true.
That's so badass.
Also, for free, the next time that my thing reaches bonfire level, they have to make a resolve check. Otherwise, they have to leave the battle. I assume the mindless hordes don't care about that and won't run, but otherwise, they're just going to lose initiative.
Okay, wait, what is this thing you're using?
Continents of Vast Wrath. It's a presence charm.
Oh.
It's on page 374.
We're getting into the weird shit now.
Hell yeah.
Countenance of Vast Wrath. While under the effects of the prerequisite.
Oh, I have to do Terrifying Glory first, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Is that it?
Yes,
okay,
you
I do that, which is reflexive, and then I reflexively do Continents of Vast Wrath.
Wait a minute. You see how it has that 3A?
Yeah, what's that mean?
That means you take 3 aggravated damage when you do this.
I'm the greatest man who ever lived. I'm not afraid of damage.
Oh my god, yes.
Actually, that'll put me into -1s.
Mhm.
I would hate that.
Stunting
But
becomes
it is
a way of
really-
life then.
It really is good though. Like it's crazy good because every round that they're not beating my ass, but then it kind of encourages everybody to beat my ass, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Thanks, George. We're gonna not do that instead.
So you're not doing any of that.
Nah,
Strike it from the record.
strike it from the records. Here, I'll clap really loud.
Yeah, George, cut this.
All right, that'll be the blooper at the end.
There you go.
Okay.
Instead.